So what we'll do is we'll make a form. You come into forms, okay? You were initially over here, I'm sorry, in the commons, okay? You have used these before, haven't you? Over here, you have the layout. In the layout, you have the div tag. We will try to have a look at div tag sometime else. You have the forms, you have the data. Data is what I was talking about. You see this? This is your database. If you need to connect with your backend database, although we're not talking about it, okay? And let's discuss forms today. The first thing that you need to do is, I hope it's recording. Yes, it is. The first thing you need to do is, you need to add is the form tag. Once you do this, you will see is over here that you have the form tag added that I was just typing in. Okay, so I've reduced my work a lot. Now, after you've done this, after you have added the form tag, inside your form tag, what I need to do is I have to make a table. I could simply do is, okay, I could work without a table. Why do I need to add a table? Because I told you initially, the structuring of a website, the formatting of a website or a form needs to be done with the help of tables or div tags. There are two methods. Tables is one of the best way, because otherwise if I do it, kya hoga? One of my text box is coming here, one is coming here, one is coming here, it won't look nice. It has to be in the straight line. Okay? So if examiner asks you to make a form, you will do is, I'll come into comments, I'll add a table, and what I need to add over here is the name, and I can add is a country, and third one will be the submit button. So I need these 3 rows and 2 columns. So 3 rows and 2 columns. Okay, I'll make the border thickness 0. Right? Obviously I'll center it. Now what I'll do is, I want is the name here, the country here, and I would merge this for my button. Right? So I'll go back to my forms. Now I will add over here is a text field. Okay, just like a text box in Access, same thing. Yes, I made a table. Okay. So I will name it as name. I will cancel it. Did I cancel it? No, I did not. Here, beta. Within my forms, the next thing that I have is a text field. Okay, let me introduce you to all of them. Exactly, we're making a form, right? So we have a text field, we have a hidden field. Okay, sometimes you might want to check and you want to hide a field. Hota hai na? When you select something, a field hides. Then you have is a text area for comments. Okay, you have individual checkboxes and radio buttons, and you have is a radio group. I always prefer using a radio group, just like the XYZ in our automation access. Remember, it's the same thing. Then you have is a list menu. We will use this as well. Jump menu. You click on something, it jumps to a page, right? You can add a picture, and you have a button. Okay, these are what we're dealing with right now. Okay, yes. Bilkul. Outside what? Exactly. This is why I was emphasizing on the fact that you have to make sure that every object that you place needs to be encapsulated in the form. Anything that goes out of the form will not be considered. You have to be very careful. Very good point. Okay. So please be sure. Are you within the form? Obviously, वरना काम नहीं करेगा. Okay. So what I'll do now is I was going to add. I did add. No, I did not add. I'll add over here is the name, Iman. Right? I don't have to add a label because I have a label. Yes. See what I have. Look at the code. This is what I have. Input type text. Name is this and ID is this. Yes or no? Right? Then what I can do is I can add over here is another name. If I would have written label, I would have. Oh, no, I don't want name and country. Do I have to write in label? No, I don't have to write label because I have the label already myself. You remember, whenever you add a text box, you always get a label for free. Same case. So we don't need it. So here you go. Then in this column and in this row, I would like to add a button. I clicked on the button. and I want this to be submit, or I could write anything I want to, okay? This one, beta, this one, that's button, okay? You have some information over here. You have the key, the access key and the tab index. What are these information? These are, you press tab, you want to give preference to fields that need to be entered. Maybe the examiner might say you have 4 different text boxes. You want first this to be filled, then this, then this, then this. So remember, you press tab to go to the next one. If you give it 1, 2, 3, 4, it will go according to that. So that's why you give the tab index 1, 2, 3. You can try it as yourself. Okay. Now once we're done with this, I have my form validation.html over here, right? I can view this in the browser. This is what I have. Okay, but we will do one more thing. Can I just change this instead of using this, because I want there to be a bit difference. Let's use our list menu. एक text box use करनी है, let's use list menu. I'll name this as country, right? And presently I have no list in my country, so I'll click over here and I'll go to the properties. While I've clicked on the country, I'll click on the list values and I'll type over here is what do I type? Sorry. Right? Okay. Now if I hit F12 again, what you would see is I have these, obviously I do have this, but I would like the first one to be empty. Exactly. So the best way to deal with this in Dreamweaver will be, you simply go to the code and this is what you have. Okay, select, name this, ID this, options. How do you make a comma box? Through the option tag. Okay, and then you can close select. Is it fine? Select an option. What I'll do is, yes, I want a blank. So I will paste this here and I'll just leave this as a null value. Now if I hit F12, I will obviously get is a null value initially. Yes or no? Why do I want that? Because I will just give you an example that the user has to select Pakistan, only then the form will be submitted. Let's do that. Fine? Okay. All of you are with me till now. Can we now work with the scripting since we have made the HTML page? Yes or no? By the way, we should be including one more thing to this as well, but you can try on your own. I would like you to make a CSS file as well along with this. You could do this probably at home, and I would like you to do is make a CSS. For example, if you have 10 different text boxes, you would like to distinguish the text boxes for information with having a background color of gray, and text boxes with banking information to have a background color of yellow. You got the point? I'm talking about कि इसका background color हो. You've seen pages, right? जिनके text boxes are different colors. You can do this with CSS. I'll give you a clue through classes. You could make your own class and name it as background color of text box. Okay. Okay. Then you can. Did I delete it? No, I place it somewhere else. You click on this, and here you see class. You'll click on the text box. You click on this or anything. You will have a class, and then later on you will select that class. And in that class, you have defined the background color, and it will work. Will it work?
So class is normal like basically
No, you have to make a class. No? You have to make a class where you define the. They will tell you that you have to make a form in which your text boxes will have a background color of this and a border color of this, blah blah blah. Right. बिल्कुल डाल सकते हैं, बिल्कुल डाल सकते हैं. Right. Now we'll go back to the scripting part, and we will now start doing our scripting over here. Okay, because I would like my scripting to work as soon as the page loads. Now, give me just 5 minutes. Let me type the script, then I'll explain. Okay? Can you give me 5 minutes? But I would like you to see, not talk. So script language will be JavaScript. We need to tell our browser what script we are using. And why do we use type text? Because we're telling that JavaScript is basically in a text format. Close the script tags, and what I'll do is over here I'll make a function validate, right? And this function will do if document dot form1. We have done this in automation, so you'll not have a problem. Dot name dot value is double equal to a null value. Then you do what? Alert, enter the, I hate this, it's because of the name first, right? And इसके साथ ही we can do is see, this is why my touchpad, document dot form1 dot name dot style dot, or it's COLOR, not CLOUR. I'll make it our okay. Please see if I'm not doing any typo error. Okay, something is wrong. Can I just, it will make it very, just, okay. Just talking about example, okay, just an example. See, you could do anything. Type something over here, select Pakistan, it does, okay. If you don't select anything, it changes the color as well, okay. And if you select this, you click, it says, so everything is working perfectly fine. Let's talk about this now. How is it working? Let me paste this in Notepad. Print कर दूँ? जी मैं कर दूँगा आपको. But we need to see what's happening. Please. So let's talk about this. We will stop after this because this is important. You need to digest all of this, okay? Function validate, any problem? We just talk about functions.
Validate means the validation started.
अब मैंने एक फंक्शन बनाया वैलिडेट का जो आई कैन कॉल इट एनीवेयर टू वैलिडेट माय फॉर्म. या इट विल वैलिडेट माय फॉर्म. सो व्हेन आई क्लिक ऑन द बटन सबमिट तो वो जाएगा फॉर्म के में और देखेगा कि ऑन क्लिक आई हैव सबमिट, रिटर्न टू सबमिट. I wrote return / function name. Now why did I use the word return? Because I would like it to return over here, come over here, Why return? Because of this, return false and return true. You know why is that? You might have seen some of the forms that उसमें you fill up the information और आपको सारे error दे देता है. ऐसा नहीं हो. First deal with this. If this works, return false, then go to the next one. At the end, when all the information is correct, then return true, which means now you can exit and you can come out. You get my point? You have text. You have 4 text box or 4 different objects that need to be validated. You have to deal every object differently. पहले इसको deal करो, फिर इसको, फिर इसको, फिर इसको. Yes or no? So unless and until the first one is not dealt, you will write return false. If it's not done. And in the last one, you will enter only return true, because if end वाला हो जाता है, then you can exit.
So return false basically means कि अगर एक मैंने deal नहीं की.
So exactly, it will not tell you कि deal with the second one. आपका पहला वाला ही खराब है, तो why are you talking about the second one?
So मुझे तभी error आ जाएगा कि मेरा first वाला.
Exactly.
If I just move on to the second one. Like if I
But there's no point. No, you need to validate it. You can't proceed further.
No, I mean if I leave the first one blank.
You can leave it blank, but when you will submit, it will not submit. It will again give you an error. You did not do the first one. This is why we have to start from the very first one. Now, listen what's happening. If document.form1.name is equal .value is equal to empty, any issue? Automation we've done this. Amna?
Yeah.
Right. Alert. Enter the name first. Any issue? Anyone is an issue. Please clarify your points right now, please. Okay, बाद में जब बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. Document.form1.name.style. Now, style is a method. We will keep on discussing all the style. We'll talk about different methods that we will use. Then you can take your methods as your specific keywords within language that will do something for you. Okay. Dot length will help you to calculate with the length. Dot value will help you to calculate the value. Dot math will enable you to work with mathematical functions. Dot style will help you to format the web page, right? So, dot style dot background color is equal to yellow. Such an easy syntax. It's not complicated. Then I want the border color to be blue. Return false. Else, if the country is not, remember previous lectures there were 2 not, and you remember we had the and the or. The or was with 2 lines, if you can recall, and the and was 2 in person. I'll give you a list of this, okay? Okay, fine. No, I'll not give you a list. I'll put it on my website.
No.
Okay, I'll give you this. Yes. This one? You're talking about this one? What capital?
It's name का क्या?
Oh no, because name in my form was capital. It has to be C. Your case sensitiveness of names, it does matter a lot over here, because it works through ASCII codes. Capital N and small n, they have a big difference. You can't use them. मैंने वहाँ capital N use किया था, यहाँ भी इसलिए capital use किया. If you use small n, it will not work. So, if it's not Pakistan, then you will give an alert command and tell me all that. Otherwise, okay, now this is important. Once this is dealt with, before it comes out, before it executes, I would like an alert message to come and tell me that your form actually has been submitted, and then it goes out. Yes or no? Do you have any question or query regarding this?
On click.
On click ही करना था. On click कहाँ की है? बताओ. Here you go.
On click submit हुआ.
मैंने यहाँ लिखा हुआ कहीं? नहीं, मैंने नहीं किया. This is the one. I'll copy and paste this as well. ये था. Here you go. This is what we had. Form ID, the name of the form. It's important to give, because you might have 2 different forms in your page. Okay, one form is validating something else, one form is validating something else. But we inshallah will not deal with it. मैं करा दूंगा आपको जरूर, करेंगे जरूर. Method post action I told you on submit. This needs to be in double quotes. Please remember. मैं बार-बार इस पे emphasize कर रहा हूँ. If you take care of these tiny things, the quotations, closing of the parentheses, the brackets, okay, where the semicolon needs to appear, that's the main thing. You will not get stuck anywhere else. Your time will be wasted. Oh, I forgot to close the bracket. See, mine, I did not close one. Initially it was not working. Okay, so if you don't have expertise, you will waste a lot of time. So we need to have a lot of expertise in this. I'm sorry, you have to. Okay, I'm emphasizing again and again, automation. By the way, animation. Most of the international students are saying that animation is the toughest module. पता नहीं हर कोई animation बहुत tough लग रहा है. मगर मेरे लिहाज से I feel कि programming for the web is more complicated for the students. Maybe it might not be for you. I'm sorry, I will not say it. Some students find it very easy. Okay. You would like to not directly practice this. Declare the variables. I give an example for that. I would like you to make a function, work with that, because I want you to know what we're doing. Then start the validation process. Try to understand what we're trying to do. We're not cramming anything. There is no cramming over here. Absolutely not. Now what I'll do is, sorry beta? Huh?